What's good, everyone? Clay Allen on the mic, and today we're here to talk about Dylan Ennis. Now, if you didn't watch the Warriors Summer League, there's a good chance you don't know who this dude is. But those of you who did, especially their last game against the Clippers, out of all the guys out there playing for a contract, he was the one dude that jumped off the screen the most. This man was straight up on fire. He was untouchable, dropped 35 points, second highest in Summer League, I believe, next to Lonzo's 36th. Scored 20 in the second quarter alone. Finished the game 8 of 11 on threes, 12 of 20 from the field. So he was efficient as can be. Keep in mind that he did this all in only 28 minutes. And if that's not enough for you, well, those 8 3-pointers actually set a new Summer League record for most threes in a game. So this dude was turning heads, immediately sparked the discussion of whether or not the big boy squad should pick him up as a piece of the final roster. No doubt in my mind that he's earned at least a training camp invite to fight for one of these spots, and we'll talk about the actual chances of him making the final cut and what that would take. As a matter of fact, let me know in the comments right now if you want the Warriors to pick him up. But first, I want to go through a quick rundown of basically who he is as a player, what role he could provide on the team, and all that for those of you who don't know much about him. So the first thing that's going to jump out at you, other than the fact that the dude's rocking that Dennis Schroeder gold tip hairstyle, Japanese influenced, is his frame. He's undersized in terms of height, but the guy is very Nate Robinson-like. A small guard, but the upper body strength, the broad shoulders, just a very bulky looking dude. And unlike Nate Robb, he's much taller, actually about 6'1", 6'2", around Ian Clark's size. And Ian is a very good comparison for Ennis. He can play the one or the two, pure shooter, not super athletic, but much more athletic than Clark. We're not going to see him contorting his body in midair and all that, but he's certainly got some hang time, and he's a very serviceable finisher around the rim. Plus, you put him on the team, give him a year or two in practice, picking up from the leaders, learning from Curry especially, and you'll see him improve and add a lot of new moves to his arsenal, much like Ian did. Perfecting the floater, perfecting his dribble mechanics, crossover as he's attacking the rim. Also like Ian Clark, he went undrafted, but is now impressing in the Summer League. And if y'all remember, that's exactly how Ian Clark earned his spot on the Warriors a couple years back. But how does a team as talented and as deep as Golden State actually find room for a youngin' like Ennis? Well, that's where the chances of him making the final cut slims up a bit. I'm very confident he's going to find himself at least in Santa Cruz working his way up. Might even land on another team with more opportunities that decides to take a flyer on him. However, I really hope he impresses enough, like Clark, to make the cut. If it wasn't for the Caspi or Swaggy P signings, he definitely would have had a much greater chance. But now with only one final roster spot remaining, that management has already made clear they'd like to spend on a true center like McGee or Willie Reed. I know a lot of Dub Nation is saying, well, why not just have Bell play backup 5 or even Damian, have them split the minutes there? We're certainly going to see a lot of Bell at that small ball 5, but we can't rely on a rookie forward entirely for that role, especially since the plan has always been to condition Zaza by keeping his minutes low since he's prone to injury and fatigue over the course of a season. We need a true center backup, so in order to make room for Ennis, someone else is going to have to go. Could be Damian. Though he's improved significantly, he still hasn't proven nearly enough that he can be reliable on the boards. His focus, his intensity, all of that is often missing, and that's a major concern because that's not something you can really teach. That's something you just gotta have. He needs to find a way to psych himself up on his own, and very soon or he'll be gone before long. However, he has shown much improvement in all of these areas. His defense has always been there. So much raw potential, so much athleticism that I doubt Golden State gives up on him so soon. He was always meant to be a long-term project, and I think he'll be on the roster at least one more season, even if he ends up spending much of it in Santa Cruz. So the dude I have my money on is Looney. Been on the team a little bit longer. He's got a great feel and understanding of the game, but none of the physical tools that Jones has, and he doesn't really feel as much of a need on the roster either. Athletic defensive bigs are always going to be valuable to this team for as long as they got this core. So if anyone were to be waived, I'd say it's Kevon Looney. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Warriors give Dylan Ennis a chance? And if so, who should he replace? Looney? Would you rather him take up that final spot now in place of McGee or Willie Reed? I really like this cat though. Plus, he's another member of the Oregon Ducks from last year. Him, Boucher, and Jordan Bell all played together, so they got a feel for one another already. The chemistry's gonna be there. By the way, quick plug, I just dropped a video on my second channel. What if the Warriors accepted that Paul George for Klay Thompson trade? We consider how Klay could lead a team as the #1 option, which I think is a very relevant issue since it's a real possibility that he leaves in a couple years for a bigger role. And also in that video, I take a look at how George would actually perform in place of Klay as well. So if you support me and you support this channel, please head on over there and check it out. Even if you're not interested in this particular video, subscribe for future ones. I'd appreciate that a lot. The link will be in the description. I got a lot of great content planned. Anyways, y'all, that's all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new for more NBA news and analysis, NBA stories. Find all that here, and please hit that like. Till next time, Clay on the mic, signing off. Peace.